I don't know about you, but I hate being mediocre at anything. I like to be good at things. I like to do things well. I like to feel like I jumped into something and I did it with everything that I had so that I can feel successful when I'm finished. And unfortunately, I don't think that that is the way that most people are living life. I think many folks get caught up in a very monotonous, expected way of living their lives that doesn't get questioned, and where they just go along and they put things on autopilot. And if we want to keep things interesting, we can't put it on autopilot, right? We have to keep it creative. We have to keep engaging with it. We have to see, how can I show up as my best self in this in every moment? And so if we think about sexuality and the mediocrity that many people have in sexuality, and I know that many people have that because I hear their stories all the time, that's a painful place to have that, right? It's one thing to feel like, oh, I'm not a very good singer and I'm just not going to be a very good singer, or I don't cook that well, or whatever it is. But to have this more personal, tender, private, important part of your life where you feel like it's mediocre, that's painful. That hurts. We feel that inside. And I think because it's harder to talk about and it's hard to ask for help or to even know where to get assistance with it, it becomes something that creates a lot of shame. We stay quiet about it, we keep it to ourselves, and we don't reach out for the support that we might otherwise reach out for, right? If you don't know how to cook and you want to learn how to cook, there's no shame in saying, I'm going to take some cooking classes. I'm going to buy better pans. I'm going to learn about nutrition because I want to start eating better and I want to be able to cook for myself. There's no shame in that. But for, I think, a lot of people to be able to admit that and say that about their sex life or about their own sexuality is harder, right? That's vulnerable. And yet the payoff could be so big. And I think a lot of people know that. Like there's something inside that says, man, this could be better. I know this could be better. Why am I having this experience that I'm having? Why does this not feel like the vibrant, dynamic, creative, joyful, transcendent, beautiful sexual life that I believe is possible or that I've heard is possible from other people? And so when we have that itch and we know that it could be better, but it's not, and we're not sure what to do, then we need to do the same things we would do with anything else in our lives, right? We need to build some skills. We need to get some support. We need to learn more. We need to create more self-awareness. We need to practice. And that's how we get better. And that's how we move from a mediocre sex life to an extraordinary sex life. It's not ever going to happen by itself. And it's not going to happen because some magical person came into your life, like the perfect partner or lover, and they just came in and swept you off your feet and did that. That can help. That can definitely help. But it's going to happen because you decide that it's going to happen, and you make choices that make your sex life or your sexuality a priority. That you decide, I'm not going to settle for mediocre anymore. I want something better than that. So I work with people on this. We work to create extraordinary sex lives. I am offering my Bringing Sexy Back course for the first time in a few years. I have not offered it in a while. It's not one that I frequently offer because it's so high impact, high touch, small ratio, teacher to student ratio. So I am offering that this February for both individuals who are single and for couples. I love when people come and they want to do this work for themselves, just for themselves. It's not about anybody else. Everything that we do applies to that, whether you're in relationship or not. And it's beautiful when a couple shows up and they decide they're going to do the work together with each other, that they want to explore and really 10x their sexual relationship. So whether you're an individual or whether you're in a couple, I want to invite you to come and break out of that mediocrity and create something that is much more extraordinary by looking at your sexual ecosystem, by plugging up the sexual drains, by developing new communication skills and new skills for self-awareness in sexuality that will help you uplift your sexual relationship to the place that you want it to be. That's what we're going to be doing, and so much more over the 6 weeks of bringing sexy back. So whether you're bringing sexy back to yourself and really upping the ante, or whether you are really committed to getting out of a rut or some boredom or doldrums that might be happening in a sexual relationship, let's go from mediocrity to extraordinary. We're going to leave mediocrity behind in bringing sexy back. So all the info is below. Just click and join me. I can't wait to see you there.